Hello, I have a book here with lots of underlining with different colors so that I can distinguish when I did. But I've read this book like 100 times or more. And it's so interesting because I have had this book maybe almost 40 years. And today I found the area that triggered me. Oh, this is interesting. And I want to share it. But before that, I think I want to share the randomness could be necessary. Especially when you are young, you are doing lots of new experiences, going through experiences, or even when you are old. I think my sense is that I don't want to get stuck with certain way of thinking, or the world is changing and I'm changing. Maybe health situation, maybe also issue at the age 77, almost. So it's like a flipping the stones. I think that's the word they use to make sure that you cover all the element so that you have a stable view, the situation that you are positioning yourself and be flexible. So the location and attitude. And that triggers the imagination, and by having various, even unrelated experiences, may be synthesized when we face the turbulence. And in today's world, I think that's a necessary skill, because once you set the approach, and like this case of the Chinese AI, DeepSeek, it's totally amazing that you get shaken. Not just you and the stock market, but the whole world can flip. So actually, I sold stock actually completely by now. And before that, I did sell when I heard about this news. Something intuition. But not talking about the investment, but the investment is like your life's investment of what you do. That's the most important investment to prepare. So just like climbing up a mountain, you may know which way to go, but every now and then you look around and see if you're on the right track. So it's a continuous process every day. Even doing the meditation is also the way. And when you notice something is quite odd, just stop and see, observe, and then adjust. So you have this flexibility. So probably, if you are more flexible and possibly creative, like kids, you may have that attitude, and you are not defending why you do that. But I'm defending my position perhaps to talk about this in this video. I just thought about it. But let the situation to go, because I'm talking about the natural way, and in nature we combine things and create the new species, and that's how we got here. So there's a miracle power. And maybe this one, Chinese I Ching, is just throwing the, I think forgot the burn the turtle or whatever, and figuring out the direction. So I thought that's very unscientific, but if it's confirming, your view is confirmed too much, that could be very shaken at occasion. So every now and then out, explore, have fun, and then come back, settle, have those experiences inside of you, and connect by practicing be conscious of unconscious, which is the same as samadhi. Or it could be Namo Amida Butsu. When you have a problem or some issues, you say Namo Amida Butsu. It's a triggering mechanism to get your mind shifted from the caught up situation, dangerous situation, to flip. It's okay. So Namo Amida Butsu is the anchoring, just like a samadhi in meditation is a foundation, so that you are at the core of your being. so to speak, that you are still in line to the way of the universe that's manifesting, made us to be alive, is the source of creativity, and the randomness is the part of the equation. So I want to talk what this is and why I get interested. And I'm smiling here because I've read so many times. And this is probably not the book that is sold many, but by Daisetz Suzuki. And this is triggering 40 years ago, so to look at what a book this is. And the interest at the time, just to give you a background, is that, see, this is random, right? But I want to share. I was visiting Nakayama-san, who wrote a book about the Zen, and his book was about the mechanism of enlightenment. He sold so many books, and that was perhaps my first visit to his home. He was already 70-some years old, maybe my age or younger even. And then after a wonderful talk, I went out, and nearby his house I found a bookstore, and bingo, I found this book, which I still carry. Not all the time, so I haven't been carrying, but this time I wanted to get back. And I don't read this book because I've read many times, but every now and then open up. And today that's what happened. And that gave me a sense of, this is interesting. And one interesting fact is that you don't read this book from front to bottom and end anymore, in my case, because I know everything. But still, like today, I had a moment. I went to go to the bathroom. I thought I'd pick up and opened up, and this page showed up. And I want to talk, maybe not in this video, because I'm already spending time to give you a background. But that's part of the process of a life. I said, like a middle way, explore, define the course, and then shake the ground. I use the word shaking the tree, or throw the stone into the pond and see what comes back. So it's a balancing act, so that you don't get caught up in it. Have the fresh perspective. I don't do much stock trading anymore because it's too difficult, too cumbersome, and the weight of money is not important for me because maybe time is limited for me to live. And I have decided so much, huge amount goes to this vipassana, 95%. So but I feel responsible so that the portfolio have some element that I shifted everything much more secure way. And so that I can be still random in some area, focusing or trying to be creative to assess the situation. So it's a long story, but the subject here is about happiness. Very common subject for many. And still, after reading many, many times, I found this, yes, this is interesting. There's always an element of ambiguity, or the way he responds. This is conversation with Shimura to him, back and forth. That's the source of it. And there's some ambiguity in there. And that is like a koan to resolve. And more I do it, I feel understanding what Daisetz is saying. So it's precisely like a koan, come to think about it. And that's what I want to share about happiness and how to live with having fun, and also to have this sense of randomness. Maybe the best way, before I finish this video, the randomness relates to the child growth. That's what I think. Because you need to experience world in various ways so that you are prepared. But at old age, for that reason, applied at the old age, we need to be random at times and know your footfall, where you are, why you are, which way you're going, and balancing out your life. Why? Because life is precious. And that's part of the way of discussing about this happiness, to keep finding the passage which gives us the sense of climbing up and checking around and with randomness and confirming and assuring to process life in the way that it makes sense in our mind as well as makes sense from our heart. And because everything is impermanent, it's natural for us to be inquisitive, curious, exploring, even random approach. And then we may reconfirm. Maybe that's why this book has been guiding my life at occasion, because I go out, explore, and come back, confirm, or come up with some unknown area of clarifying. I want to clarify so that I have the sense of the same thing, using the brain, rational thinking, but also connecting to the heart. Am I thinking wrong? So samadhi, open, randomness of what's happening. No confine in the mind of what should be and all that. But being in samadhi, you are one with what's happening, as if it is a new world that you are born and to live with. That's the source of creativity. And that's also related to the happiness that I want to talk about, relating to this. Right now, I have some sense, because I've read many times, but I'm reading as if the first time, because in between the line, there's some stories to go with it. So if you can go with me, as much as I'm curious to explore, if you can explore together with me and exchange ideas, I think that meet my vision of helping myself and helping others, possibly, and be happy and having fun in the process. Thank you.